Oh, there you are, YouTube. Doodaloo, 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 doo. Subscribe. Okay, we're going to do a random ranking today. What we're going to do is go to my movie collection behind me, pick 3 movies at random with my eyes closed, and then we will rank those movies based on a variety of criteria. Can be nostalgia, can be the craft of the film. Maybe it's just our favorite director. Maybe we like the actors. Maybe it's just the mood we are currently in. We want to watch that movie, so therefore it wins or whatever. So I'm going to do it here in this video, and if you would like to participate in the comments, feel free. But let's get to picking some movies. You know, I think, let's see. Wait, oh, okay, yeah, I'm going to pick 3 movies right here. 1, 2, 3. All right. Now let's make sure I've seen these, because if I haven't, I must replace it. Okay, look at that. James Gunn, right off the bat. Slither. So, this was probably the first James Gunn movie I ever saw. I think that's maybe the case for most people. Was this associated with Trauma or no? I don't think so. This might have been, okay, it says Universal. So this was probably after his Trauma days. It's always weird because I think I know what I'm talking about, but then I get a little worried. Okay, yeah, it says right there. I was like, okay, I'm not seeing James Gunn's name on here. This is him, right? So, yeah, I didn't really understand what I was watching because I think I just didn't really know campy horror that much, or when I was a kid I didn't recognize it as campy. It all just felt very serious to me, and I just watched more serious horror. So this, when I was watching, I was like, what the heck is this? This is like so odd. I don't know this type of stuff. Like Bruce Campbell stuff, like I didn't know about him till I was in college, and I was just like, I don't get this. It's funny, you know, but it took some getting used to, because it just was not my world. I was never knew about it, was not introduced to it until college, and then it was like, it kind of opened up like a whole new genre of campy horror, because I just can't think of anything other than killer clowns from outer space. I mean, I guess, I don't know, would you call Gremlins that? I don't know. But anyway, this, I just remember feeling like this is the first time I've seen something like this. So, yeah. It felt eye-opening. Oh yeah, Criterion Collection Robocop. This is one of their best titles that they've ever put out, I think. I mean, it was popular, not incredibly wild budget, if I remember correctly, and it has so much to say. So I just feel like they need to put more, maybe they don't need to, because it might turn into a blockbuster fest, but I do like that they do have a few like more populist films. They don't really do that so much anymore, but in the 90s they did so, like Armageddon. Armageddon is on the Criterion Collection. The Rock, both Michael Bay films. Yeah, there are just a few films from the 90s that it's like, why did this happen? Like, did Michael Bay slip them some cash, or what's going on? But I do think this is one of their best titles. Loved Robocop as a kid, and it's just funny because kids today aren't watching stuff like this, at least that I know of. It just seems very saccharine life, very saccharine life for children. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just don't know anything yet, because my kids are too young. Only like 3. They just wouldn't even have the time to watch this. So, the attention span to watch this. But I mean, I watched this as a very, very young child, and it all just seemed like normal. Like, this is fine. It didn't seem scandalous or anything, although the acid and the fingers that are hanging off, that was etched into my brain as a kid. So I guess that was a bit that was a like core memory for me, that I remember most with this. And then him eating baby food, you know, that was, because there was a long gap between, you know, me first watching it quite a bit as a kid, and then I didn't watch it for many, many years, and then getting back to it, it was like, oh, yep, I know what I'm getting into. The baby food scene, and then the finger scene. I remember all that. But yeah, love this movie. Robocop is great. Oh, I gotta replace one. Cujo, I haven't seen this. I bought it because, I don't know, like October we watch a lot of horror films, and one year was heavily Stephen King focused, so we picked this up. But then I was like, you know what? I love animals too much, and I just can't, I don't know. I was just afraid I'd be like sad or something. So I don't know what this movie is really about. I just don't want to see. So I always worry about what happened to the dogs on set, I guess, as I'm watching a movie, so much so that it's hard for me to enjoy the film, which is weird because, like, growing up, Homeward Bound, and I mean, I would say still Homeward Bound is one of my favorite movies, but I really can't watch it as an adult. I'm just too emotional with animals, and I need them to be CGI, and even when they are CGI, it still hits me, but not quite as hard. I don't know. Animals are a little too much. Animal films have become too difficult for me. So I'm gonna put this one off to the side, and I'm gonna replace it with. Whoa! I just knocked over a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna replace it with something from down here. I'm still here. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Yeah, we got Escape from LA right here. So for a long time, I thought Escape from LA was better than Escape from New York. I've since grown out of that, but I just really love the surfing, and then the plastic surgery people. Like, I just love their makeup effects and things like that. Oh yeah, Steve Buscemi, great. I mean, I still like this movie, but I've come to think Escape from New York is better. So, how are we going to rank these? This is a great selection of movies. Look at that. Just broing out. Get a bunch of dudes over. Watch these films. Yeah, I think this is a nice selection. It's just like total bro. We just, you know, hanging, watching films. I just feel like that's what these movies are. Okay. So, okay, I know what I'm doing. This is easy. I'm going to go Robocop, number 1, Strong, number 1, Very Distant, number 1. Then, Escape from LA. Actually, I shouldn't say Very Distant, because I still love Escape from LA. And then I'm going to say Slither. I just don't have as much of a connection to this movie. Other than it sort of was like, I don't know, one of the first times when I was really like, being introduced to this campy horror genre, I guess, or recognizing it, I should say, because as a kid I didn't really know what camp meant or what it was, but this is when I like recognized it. And yeah, so this is it: Robocop, then Escape from LA, then Slither. Have you seen these movies? And if so, what do you think of them? And if you've seen all 3 of them, how would you rank them? I'd love to know in the comments below. And perhaps I'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.